The night was cold, the kind of cold that makes the world feel empty, until you hear the sound of a child crying. Under the flickering streetlight of a quiet town road, a small boy no older than 8 sat on the curb, hugging a torn backpack to his chest. His face was streaked with tears, one eye swollen, and his trembling lips whispered words that broke the heart of anyone who might have listened. "Please, someone, kill my stepdad." CTA 1. If this story touches your heart already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness, where real emotions become stories that matter. That night, fate answered in the form of roaring engines. A group of bikers, men in leather jackets, tattoos, and steel-cold stares, turned the corner. Their headlights cut through the fog like knives. They were known around town as the Iron Brotherhood, a rough but tight-knit club led by a man everyone called Bear, a giant with a voice like gravel and a heart few believed he still had. When Bear spotted the boy, he slowed down. Something in that child's broken posture hit him harder than a bullet ever could. He parked his Harley, the rest of the crew following suit, and walked toward the boy. "Hey, kid," Bear said gently, his shadow towering over him. "You lost." The boy didn't look up. His voice was cracked, tired, and too old for his age. "He hits my mom every night. He hit me today. I tried to stop him, but he just laughed. Please," he swallowed hard. "You guys look strong. Please just kill him. Please make him stop." The bikers froze. Some exchanged uneasy glances, others clenched their fists. They'd heard plenty of sad stories in their time, but this was different. A child begging for blood. That was the sound of a soul that had already given up on kindness. Bear knelt down, removing his gloves, and placed a rough hand on the boy's shoulder. "What's your name, son?" "Eli," the boy whispered. Bear took a deep breath. "Eli, we don't kill people, but we do make sure bad men don't hurt good people anymore. You hear me?" Eli looked up, eyes wide with confusion and a flicker of hope. "Where's your mom now?" Bear asked. "She's home with him," Eli muttered, voice trembling. "He locked her in, said if I come back, he'll do worse." Bear stood up, his jaw tightening. "All right, brothers," he growled, "saddle up. We got business." The engines roared again, this time filled with purpose. Eli climbed onto the back of Bear's bike, his little arms gripping tight around the man's thick waist. The road blurred beneath them as they sped through the dark, the boy's tears drying in the cold wind. For the first time in his life, Eli wasn't running away, he was being carried toward hope. When they reached the small, rundown house at the edge of town, the place looked as broken as the family inside. A single light flickered through the curtains. Bear signaled his men. No words needed. They knew what had to be done. Bear walked up the porch and pounded the door. "Open up," he barked. "Now." A man stumbled to the doorway, unshaven, drunk, eyes red and mean. "Who the hell are you people?" he slurred. Before he could say another word, Bear grabbed him by the collar and shoved him against the wall. The man tried to fight back, but the other bikers closed in, towering over him like shadows of justice. "You like hitting kids," Bear growled. "You like hurting women. You think you're a man." The stepdad spat, but his voice shook. "Mind your damn business." "Oh, this is my business now," Bear said, tightening his grip. "You see that little boy over there?" He nodded toward Eli, standing silently near the gate. "He asked us to kill you. Think about that. A child begging strangers to end your life. That's what you've done to him." The man froze. His eyes flicked to Eli, and for the first time, guilt, or maybe fear, cracked through the drunken haze. Bear leaned closer, voice low and deadly calm. "You're not gonna touch them again. You're gonna pack your things, disappear, and if I hear a whisper that you came near them, I'll make sure you regret breathing." The stepdad swallowed hard, trembling. The bikers stepped back, giving him space. Within minutes, the man stumbled inside, throwing clothes into a bag, muttering curses under his breath, but too afraid to fight back. By dawn, his car was gone. Eli ran to his mother, who stood by the doorway, bruised but breathing. She knelt down, arms open, tears streaming as Eli collapsed into her embrace. "Mama, they helped us," he sobbed. "They really helped." Bear turned to leave, but the woman called out, "Wait, I don't know who you are, but thank you. I didn't think angels wore leather jackets." Bear gave a faint, sad smile. "We're no angels, ma'am, just men trying to do one good thing before the road ends." He placed a small card in her hand. "If he ever comes back, or if you ever need help, call this number." That night back at the biker bar, the crew sat in silence. The jukebox played softly in the background. Bear lit a cigarette but didn't smoke it, just watched it burn. "Boss," one of the bikers said, "you think that kid'll be okay?" Bear exhaled slowly. "He's got scars that'll take time, but today we gave him a reason to believe not everyone's like his stepdad." Weeks passed. Then one day the door of the biker bar creaked open and there stood Eli, holding a small piece of paper in his hand. Behind him, his mom smiled shyly. Eli walked up to Bear and handed him the paper. "I made this for you," he said softly. Bear unfolded it. It was a drawing. A group of bikers with angel wings standing around a little boy and his mother. Underneath, in shaky handwriting, were the words, "My heroes on wheels." Bear's throat tightened. He looked away for a moment, blinking hard. "You did good, kid," he finally said. "Real good." Eli hugged him. The room fell silent again, but this time it wasn't the silence of pain. It was peace. CTA 2. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness, where stories of hope, courage, and humanity come alive every day. As Eli and his mom left the bar, the sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of gold and fire. Bear watched them go, and for the first time in years, he smiled. Not the smirk of a hardened biker, but the real, quiet smile of a man who'd found his purpose again. Sometimes heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they ride Harleys. And sometimes, the loudest act of kindness comes from the quietest heart.